So this is mummy fish here, and she's going to have some fry today, and we know that because of the markings just at the where the gravity spot should be. The gravity spot is a darkened area again of the guppy, but on this fish it's not as clear as normal. So I will show you why. So this is an orange guppy which we've had for a while. It doesn't really tend to get a gravity spot or a very clear gravity spot with some of the fish and guppies you get. However, you can clearly see that there are two little fish at least just in there. So it's no surprise in the morning when we went to the fish tank and we saw the guppy, which now didn't have as large an area and wasn't boxy, which is another reason for knowing that your guppy is going to have some fry, is they really go a very large box shaped. Tank's looking filthy, do apologise, but this is just like a birthing tank which my shrimp like to be in, and you just top corner you can just see them, and that's day one. Now day one they will actually not be all that great at covering themselves. This is day two, and they've decided we need to be at the bottom of the tank, else mummy and everything else will try and eat us. Because the mums and if you've got the adult guppies, males, they will eat them too. It's nice food for them, and they learn very quickly to kind of stay out of the way. So whilst I was talking there, we went through day 3 and day 4. So this is now day 5, and they're getting a little bit more cocky and not needing to hide as much at the bottom now. Just going on to day 6, and you know that they are swimming about and not having to stay away from the other fish, which when they're just born they will actually do. They will sink to the bottom of the tank and hide and go into all sorts of grasses and weeds just to not be eaten. This is a normal thing which they just know as an instinctual thing. You don't need to put any further food in. I certainly don't with this tank. There's enough things in the tank for them just to feed off anyway. There we go, just 6 days old, and they still like to hide, but it's not as essential for them as when they were just first small fries. So we're now at 7 days old, and they're starting to really actually put on shape and form. They're not just two big eyes kind of floating about and swimming about like when they're just born. They are actually kind of showing actually forms of looking a little bit more like a fish. Until at least about 5 or 6 weeks you will not be able to tell if they're male or female. Usually the biggest indication is with females. You can tell that there's a gravity spot even though it's not darkened. That's your indication. Your fins you can tell usually at a lot later date. You won't get colour for them for quite a while. The type of guppies these are, because the parents, there's not going to be a great deal of flourish of colour like some of the guppies which you can have, which are all the colours of, well, everything you can think of. 2 weeks old now, starting to take on some real shape and form. That is not the guppy, by the way, just to let you know. I'm pretty sure you know that anyway. Still like to school about quite a lot at this age, and they will until they actually get there to that adulthood. Of where they can still do that, but it's not as essential and need be. One of the best things about having guppies is the actual fact of them having small fry, and I think everyone who keeps guppies actually wants to have their own like fry which they have done themselves. This is 2.5 weeks now, and now 3 weeks. 3 weeks old. There's a slight amount of colour just starting, but full colours won't even come out for a long time, but they're not as great as they were when they first came out. One of the reasons for that is they want to be as inconspicuous in the tank or in their natural environment as possible, and to be a colour which isn't as clearly or easily seen does the trick. This is at 3.5 weeks old. There is a new lot of fry which has also been added to that bunch. And this is a 4-week-old guppy. 6-week-old guppies, and they're happy in the tank now, and we're going to start separating them off soon. So at just coming up to 3 months old is not so little fry now, but there are a few which aren't on fry, which have been donated, but like this one here with all the colour. So the colour's slightly starting to come out. The type of guppies which I have are actually orange, so they are going to have huge amounts of colours, but you know, even just this last week we've seen more colour coming out. So thanks a lot guys for watching, and just do as it says on the screen.